These are the stories that keep me up at night. The missing, the murdered, the mysteries that have gone unsolved in our own backyards. I've covered crime in North Texas for more than 25 years, and now I'm opening up my reporter's notebook to you, revisiting cold cases and crimes that made headlines. Deanna Cook was beautiful. She was a mother and she wanted to be a star.
When you say her name, especially in the city, people remember who she is, and that's important to me.
Unfortunately, it was through her horrific death that her name became famous. Her murder is captured on a 911 call. I was leaked that tape by a source, and I remember listening to it for the first time in my car, and it was horrifying. You can literally hear Deanna dying for more than 8 minutes. She begged for mercy and for someone to help her.
Hearing her scream on that tape is the worst thing ever. And it will continue to be the worst thing ever to me, having someone beg for their life.
Those who heard the tape say there's no mistaking what you hear.
It's horrific, and how you couldn't respond immediately with more urgency, I have no idea.
She called police, she begged for help, and she named her killer, her ex-husband Delvecchio Patrick, whose nickname was Red. She says, "Please, Red, I didn't do nothing. I'm nice." And then he says, "Kneel down, I'm going to kill you." The 911 operator says nothing on the tape. She's busy trying to find Deanna's address because she called from her cell phone. It didn't come up right away. 9 minutes after the call started, the operator found the address, but it was too late. 22 seconds before the call ends, Deanna makes one final plea for help. Delvecchio responds, "I'm going to kill you." And then the call goes silent. To make matters worse, the operator issues a priority 2 call. That's a lower call, and it basically slows down response. The officers stop to get snacks, and it takes them almost an hour to get to her house. They knock on the door, look around the perimeter, and leave. When Deanna doesn't show up for church, 2 days later, her family goes to check on her. They get to the house and they see water coming from the garage.
A string of water from her garage to the street.
Her sister Carletha, Deanna's 2 daughters, and her mother are all there. They call 911 for help, but the operator's response shocks them.
The operator was like, ma'am, you need to call the hospitals or the jailhouse to see if she's there first before they send someone out.
So Carletha had to kick the door in.
I hesitated to go in because of the smell, but her youngest daughter walked straight past me. She was the first person in, and then we all just followed in a line, and that's how we found her.
Her mother found her body. Heath Harris, the first prosecutor on this case, describes what happened.
The torture that Dee went through, he not only choked her, man, he put her in a tub and turned the hot water on. When our mom and them found her, man, her skin's literally coming off her body because she's been sitting in hot water for days, you know what I'm saying?
Her family wonders, what if?
You can't help but to think, what could have happened if the police actually cared enough to get inside the house, not just knock on the door. Could she have been saved?
And the responding officers didn't check to see if there were other calls to her address. If they had, they would have known that there had been multiple calls from Deanna to 911 afraid of Delvecchio Patrick and saying that he was stalking her.
And he's already tried to kill me 3 times, so I'm really just fed up with this. I can't keep moving and changing my life because of it.
After we air that tape, it sparks outrage across the city of Dallas, specifically at DPD. The mayor and the police chief issued apologies to the family, and they talked about how the system failed Deanna.
And then our safety net wasn't there for her.
There were protests, her family held rallies, and they started a charity in Deanna Cook's name. Delvecchio Patrick was arrested.
He is Delvecchio, and that's as close as you can get to the devil. I've prosecuted the worst of the worst, and I've defended the worst of the worst. And I will tell you that he is one of the worst of the worst.
The man responsible for Deanna's death showed no remorse. He even tattooed an image of her on his body while he was awaiting trial.
I guess so that you can remember how much she screamed when you were torturing her. I mean, he literally has a tattoo of this girl. That's sickening.
In the end, the same system that failed Deanna is the system that she called for help. Her voice, the one that she left on those 911 calls, still echoes, demanding justice long after her murder. Her family still fights for her name, her legacy, and for change.